In one of the 15th century paintings, supposedly found a UFO. It's about Madonna by Domenico Ghirlandaio. About this painting for sure. Many people wouldn't have even heard about it if it wasn't for a strange object in the sky. Many people are convinced that this is nothing more than the image NL. If you enlarge it very much, the image is really her. Begins to lead to the suspicion in any case of inaccurate explanations of this mysterious symbol. Not yet available. Many experts believe that it could be some kind of forgotten sign, which may have been used in the 15th century. Or a peculiar image of a vivid stars one way or another, while everyone decides himself what to see in this mysterious. You can write the details in the comments, his opinion on what it really looks like, this mysterious object. Van Gogh starting Café Terrace. You sure don't have seen this picture. I'm sure many of. Do you like it? Please like it if it, but only true experts of the arts know the hidden secrets of this canvas. Is one of them encrypted, the image of the 12 apostles, for sure. You know the famous fresco by Leonardo da Vinci, Secret Evening. There is an opinion that Van Gogh in his painting Night Terrace Café made a reference to a masterpiece. Yes, Vinci. He painted 12 visitors, standing in the middle of a character in white. Encrypted image of Christ. By the way, at the back of the window you can see a hint of cross. Another interesting fact about this: the painting that Van Gogh did not use not a drop of black paint on it, though, depicted the night instead in a painting. There are a large number of shades of blue and purple. Leonardo da Vinci, The Last Supper. Since we touched on this work in passing in the previous point, then it is impossible not to elaborate on it with the personality of Leonardo da Vinci and his. The works are associated with a lot of mysteries. The Vespers is considered to be one of the main masterpieces of the master, and how many believe contains the mysterious code on the mural, Jesus and the 12 apostles. The Italian musician did the unexpected opening. He drew on the image the musical stanza and marked his hands with dots of the characters in the picture. In his opinion, these are encrypted notes. If you try to play them, even get the melody of verisimilitude to this, the fact adds to the fact that from memory, contemporaries. Leonardo da Vinci was good enough. The musician also has a theory of, which became popular thanks to the famous books and movies, the Da Vinci Code. Allegedly, instead of the Apostle John, Leonardo portrayed a woman, namely Mary Magdalena. However, it is worth noting that most experts are skeptical, relate to this hypothesis. Leonardo da Vinci Mona Lisa, another, the masterpiece of a great genius. Millions visitors came to the museum every year to look at a portrait of a woman with an enigmatic smile, but not even guessed all the mysteries of the painting alone, of them mysterious letters in the eye. Jocund experts, with the help of a microscope, were able to see the little letters L there. In the other eye there are also some letters, but they are less readable, and besides, under the bridge and which is on the landscapes behind the back of Mona Lisa, experts also discern the number 72 if the letters L in this is most likely the initials of himself, Vinci. What the number 72 means is unclear. By the way, another mystery of the picture is uneven landscape left side, as if lower than the right were expressed. Various conspiracy theories on this subject. However, art historians adhere to the quite rational version. In this way the artist is even more emphasized the vividness of the picture, as if this freeze frame from the movie They Froze image. The Mona Lisa is over 500 years old, and it never ceases to amaze scientists with new. The mysteries of what lies ahead of us remain only guess. Van Eyck portrait of the Arnolfini couple. Even if the artist's name doesn't tell you anything, or paintings you have definitely seen, her experts argue about many of the details on this. A picture of a dog's slippers left on the floor, the position of the woman's hand, and so on. But the main secret of the picture is in the background is a reflection in the mirror. To see with the naked eye what's there, almost impossible to draw. However, there's not enough there for the artist to depict reflection of the room and including the back characters, but he also drew his self-portrait, and above the mirror there is an inscription, which can be translated as Van Eyck was left such an unusual autograph here. Author of the painting on the canvas, Michelangelo's creation of Adam. You can know nothing about Michelangelo, but thanks to memes and pop culture for sure, saw this image of the creation of Adam. This is just a part of a huge mural depicted on the ceiling of the Sistine chapel on the right the image of the god in the, which about 100 years ago, discerned a human-like shape. Brain. It is no secret that Michelangelo as well as many other artists of the era of the Renaissance studied anatomy in detail. Of the man what he really meant, depicting the shape of the brain in a picture, remains a mystery. However, this fact, for example, it is used in the famous The World of the Wild West. By the way, Michelangelo was not only an outstanding as a painter but also as a sculptor of a statue. David can perhaps be called one of the most famous sculptures in history. The height of the original work is over 5 meters is exactly the point. Interesting detail when we look at this statue from below. That view looks like confident. However, if you go up by 5 meters high and look at the face of the, we will see an expression of fear, and perhaps one of the explanations for this could be serve the Michelangelo as befittingly. The genius behind this sculpture has a hidden, the meaning of David is the hero of the famous stories of the battle with Goliath the giant, who surpassed him in stature by several. If so, the facial expression gives off David's true feelings before the battle. The name of the Danish artist Henrik van Antonis. It hardly seems to you familiar, however, with one of his paintings. An interesting mysterious event happened. In the 17th century, he painted this landscape in. This is how it hung in the museum until 2014. The restoration was then carried out in the course of the, which revealed an interesting detail, what is called find one difference. Yes. Many have noticed that the joke has been thrown away. On shore in this form, the picture has acquired some logic as before it was. It's unclear what you're going to look at. People standing on the shore. Experts believe that the whale carcass after a while after the painting was created, it was just painted over, as the 18th and 19th century may have considered it indecent. Peter Bruegel's painting called Dutch Proverbs can, to stare endlessly at first glance, is an image of busy streets, of a Dutch town. But not everything is, it's just that the picture is called Dutch Proverbs on it by the author, scenes of everyday life coded. 100 famous proverbs and sayings, expressions that we use in the, including in Russian. Here are examples of this. The famous expression to bang your head against the wall. Here is a man holding a knife in his teeth and, so he's armed with teeth. To put it simply, well prepared in this skit, the expression to drive each other is encrypted. For us here we see how a man kills 2 flies with 1 slap. In Russian language we use the expression pro shot and 2 hares. Here's the man tries to swim against the current, and we all know that it is not an easy task, and also many other expressions. Each a piece of this picture is interesting. To look around and discover something new, you can find the painting online at good resolution. And to practice the attention, a painting called Ambassadors of the Gans brush Holbein becomes quite interesting. If you look at the bottom of it, with one side of the canvas depicts and French ambassadors of the 16th century. Next to them is a table piled with all sorts of objects, and at the bottom of the picture a strange, the object. If you look closely, you can understand that it is a distorted skull. In this way, the author for the failure of the hidden meaning. When a person is immersed in a routine of everyday life, he doesn't think much about of his death is sometimes occupied by others, insignificant matters of death. It seems to him something illusory. However, if look more closely and think about, then death, on the contrary, becomes the main. The object in the picture, and everything else, secondary and insignificant. Precisely, that's what happens in our lives, too. The caravan in its vague picture. Many great artists and love to leave on the mystery signs and symbols, and agree it works. The study of paintings becomes much more interestingly. So did the caravan in, of his work. Bacchus is depicted there, the ancient Greek god of winemaking. Next to, he has a jug of wine to enlarge the image so that, to see in the reflection a barely perceptible artist's self-portrait. Georges Seurat, the successful woman of one of, the mystery of this picture is that it, made in the unusual technique of terra, is the creator of the original method of painting. One tile is a means that the whole picture consists of small dots, which merge into a coherent image. Artists usually use masks. The picture of the powdered woman was painted in the 19th century, and then instead of a frame, with the flower on the wall hung a mirror, and in the reflection in the mirror was drawn the artist's self-portrait. Is that the Sarah had an affair with the heroine of this works, but for the public these Relationships were secret, so each other. The painter advised him to paint over his portrait and draw something else. Sulfur. I did. And no one would have known that there was originally a portrait of him if not infrared analysis in 2014 is the hidden image is the artist's only self-portrait. Don't forget to like it if you were interested in this video. Also subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to stay up to date on new videos, and, of course, leave your comments underneath this video.